Welcome back, you guys, to MVP Channel 6, where I share stories and tips. And today we'll be diving into the power of gratitude, how it can shift your mindset, boost relationships, and improve your overall well being. By the end of this, I will be sharing some easy ways to make gratitude a daily habit. So let's get started. What is gratitude? Gratitude is about recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have and creates a mindset of abundance and positivity. The science of gratitude is basically when you practice gratitude, it kind of releases happiness hormones like dopamine and serotonin. Over time, it rewires your brain and makes positivity your default setting, and it reduces the stress and anxiety. You definitely don't want your life led by stress and anxiety. So, today I'll be sharing why gratitude is most important to me. It's something that's very dear to my heart. And in the story, I'll show or share three different things that I noticed on how gratitude changed my life. Once upon a time, I was working at a great job and making some really good money and living in a fancy condo with cathedral ceilings and having parties and traveling and so on and so forth. And I was just having a great time. And unfortunately, shortly into that lifestyle, I got downsized and I ended up having to work at a call center. Whew, call center. And so when I went into the call center, I went from making like nice money into just getting by money. And it was devastating to me. It was really a big transition for me. And in the interim, I was just like, oh God, this was me. And I was crying and I was upset and I was complaining and I was self-absorbed and me, and so on and so forth. And so one day my mom was like, look, I have had enough. Okay? If you were so unhappy, just quit. And so I was like, quit. And so I knew that wasn't an option. So she was like, well, yeah, quit. You just so unhappy, just quit. And so she was like, or you can decide to do or become grateful for what you have right now. And so I was like, she said, yeah, I challenge you to give me some type of praise point or praise report every day. And so I was like, okay, Mom. And I was kind of like, well, quitting is not an actual option. So let me just do this so I can just get my mom to be quiet. Let me appease her and let's keep it moving. So I started doing the gratitude, and I would, get up and thank the Lord for waking up in the morning. And, I got food in my stomach. I got clothes on my back. I'm going to work. I'm in good health. Thank you for the sale that I just had, and so on and so forth. And so I just continued to do it and give my mom, a praise report and so on and so forth. And so it started kind of shifting my my perception. And so I noticed that, things were just kind of different. People that were kind of had negative energy towards me because of the way that I dressed. I came from the corporate world, and here we are in the call center where you can downplay. And I was still kind of in that mode, was like, who she thinks she is. That kind of dissipated. I noticed that it changed my perception of how or when or what was happening in my surroundings. And I was just kind of like, well, hey, it is what it is. And then it strengthened. I began to see how it was strengthening my relationships, where I was trying to get back to where I was. I was like, so let me try to get this management position. Maybe that'll, give me some more money closer to where I was before. And where those doors were totally closed before, they were now opening, and it was different because the people would share with me, you know what, you're a great performer, you have great stats, but your attitude is kind of you're a complainer. So if you can work on some of that, maybe the doors to management would be open to you. And so it started shifting or strengthening relationships with people who wanted to help, but were kind of apprehensive of helping me because I had that kind of bad attitude about where I was. Essentially, this bad attitude about this job and all this complaining was also insulting the people that I work with, and that in itself gave people apprehension about wanting to be in my space. And so time went on, and my mom came to me one day and she was like, I noticed that you had not complained about a headache or a migraine, or that you are up all night with insomnia. And so I was like, yeah, no, I haven't had that. And I noticed that the gratitude improved my sleep. It reduced the stress, and it enhanced my physical and my mental health because I didn't have all of the anxiety that I was having from before gratitude stepped in, because I just thought, I was going to be stuck in this situation. And the feelings that I was having was just fear of that I was going to be stuck in this situation. And so the gratitude helped me transition. So it changed my perception, strengthened some of the relationships, and it boosted my health because I just didn't have that anxiety anymore. And so as I'm sharing this, or as I'm going through this gratitude journey, I realized that it was perception that had changed. I realized that intentions really didn't matter. And so shortly after my walk into gratitude, I ended up getting the management position. And one day I had this difficult rep, and she let me know that she was not impressed with who I was or who I am to her. She had absolutely no respect for me, and she just insulted me in my face. And I was just like, okay. And so my intent was to help her kind of look at it from a different perspective. And I was like, wow, gratitude had really changed me, because once upon a time, that same incident would have been like, baby girl, tricks is for kids. And I would have definitely handled that situation in a different way. And I didn't, because I realized that even though I had good intention, it was the perception of how she was receiving me. And I was like, okay, I get it. The gratitude helped me understand that it was perception and not intention. And so 5 ways that I practice gratitude, or that helped me make sure that gratitude is in my daily life, was, like I mentioned before, number 1, journaling. I did affirmations. Hey, I'm having a great day today, or I'm thankful for this or that. I wrote it down. I wrote things about where I wanted to be versus where I was. And then expressing it out loud. Anytime I'm out and about and I see something that I like, or I see somebody that doesn't have a smile on their face, I'll be like, let me see that beautiful smile, or you have great shoes, or you look great today. I'll say those things, and I make sure that I'm always saying please and thank you. And make sure you're saying please and thank you to the people that are immediately in your life, your husbands, your kids, I think that we kind of neglect those things because they're always around. But if you remember to say please and thank you to your immediate people or your immediate company, it definitely helps. Part 3 would be a gratitude meditation, and Oftentimes when we are doing something that is different from the norm, we revert to our usual habits. So a gratitude meditation was definitely helpful in my transition or in my journey with gratitude, because it gave me the opportunity to just take a deep breath and remember what I had written down, why I was grateful for that day, and just to voice a small win instead of crying, complaining, or reverting back to the bad behavior that I had before gratitude. Reframing your mindset. When you face difficulties or when you're getting ready to do something that is out of the norm for yourself, instead of just having a resistance type of behavior toward it, just, take a step back and say, what do I stand to gain from this? What will I learn from this situation? And look at the lesson or the growth opportunity instead of it being a tough situation or something that's uncomfortable to you. And then lastly, daily routines. Making anything a habit is easy when you make it a ritual. And so that means that time that you're taking to brush your teeth, that time that you're taking to wash your face, that time you're taking to cook your breakfast in the morning, you could have a small mantra in your mind about, I'm grateful today, I'm grateful for I have gas in my car, I'm grateful that I'm going to see my friend this weekend, I'm grateful that I can be grateful that I've changed my mind about where I'm going versus where I was. And so with all of those things, gratitude is definitely something that's very important to me, because I watched the change happen, and it's just the start. These 5 steps are just the start of where gratitude can take you. And so I call into action you to write in the comments something about how gratitude changed your mind, changed your attitude, or just changed your life in general, or where you would like to see gratitude take you. Lastly, the Bible verse for today is definitely Jeremiah 29:11, where it says that I know the plans that I have for you, to give you a hope in the future. And that definitely gave me ease to think that, oh, wow, now that I can see my blessings, I know that it is all for the good of my life. I call you to action to take a 30-day gratitude challenge. Download a gratitude app. Look at or find something to be happy about every day. Now you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification button for the next time that I have something to share. And I'd like to say thank you. I'm very grateful for you listening to this as well. Again, I'm Sunny, your host for MVP Channel 6, where I share stories and tips. I hope I was helpful. You guys have a great day.